Hey, how's it going? My name's Ryan. I'm here with my awesome assistant, Jordan, here. And we're here to do another episode 5 of In the Jam Room. Hope you like it. We're going to go get set up, and we'll see you in there.
Peace.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
Going good. Come on.
It's just you here so far? Or?
No, we're all here.
Oh, cool.
You guys came a little early, so.
Awesome. Just gonna walk the car. Hi, my name's Ryan. We're back with another episode of In the Jam Room. I'm sitting here with these lovely gents from the Rubber Bullies, and we're going to find out a few things about them. So, first question, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. How you making out?
Cool.
Not too bad, not too bad. So my first question is usually the same for every band. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves individually and how you came to music. Not necessarily the band, but what brought you to music, to play your instrument, the things that you like to do. Start off with you, yeah.
Sure. I started playing music in a 65-piece concert band.
Holy shit.
Back in Newfoundland, it's where I'm from.
Okay.
Originally.
We won't hold it against you.
That's all right.
I'm just kidding.
I will.
But yeah, no, I had a friend who was in the band, and they were looking for more percussion players, so I thought, hey, drums, that sounds cool.
65, so
65-piece concert band. When I was 12, I played that in that band for about 6 or 8 years.
So did you guys play live shows, the whole works?
It was funded by a United Church.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like you didn't have to be united to be in the band. They accepted
Anybody.
any culture or any religion.
That's
They weren't prejudiced in any way. So it was basically, 12-year-olds to 19-year-olds. There was even some people that were 20, 21, and we would compete in like the highest level of Kiwanis Music Festival for a concert band, and then we would also play community things like play at church on Sundays. Sometimes we would play Christmas concerts at old age homes.
See, me as an engineer, I'm just looking at that like, how many mics am I
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So I started playing off a triangle and graduated to playing a full drum set. And and then when I was 16, the first band I played in was with a euphonium player who played bass. It's like a small tuba.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Hey, I've got this band, and would you want to play drums in it?" And that was my first endeavor of just playing with. I'd played drums before that, but playing in a band, like a rock band.
Rock band.
So
like a 4-piece, 5-piece, more standard rock band stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, my mom forced me to play piano as a kid, and I regretted it. I was like, this sucks. And then it wasn't until I was about 20 years old that I started playing. I actually started as a keyboard player, and I made my own music. And it's kind of funny because a little anecdote about that. When I was about 8 years old, I remember practicing the piano with this really strict guy who had a grand piano in his house. And I'd show up and I'm like, hey, check this out. I made my own song up. And the guy slapped me. He's like, get back to playing the regular shit. And I was like, anyway, so I kind of always knew I liked making up my own music. My brother was a music a guy from Grant MacEwan, got his degree. So I never really crossed that border. And it wasn't until I was about 25, I just picked up the guitar. And I just went back to making music again. And then I formed.
So you started guitar late.
I started guitar very late, but I've always been.
But the piano theory.
But I always made the piano theory helped, which made me lots of scales. I just had to learn the technique, and then first band in '98, I guess, and it was called the Dukabors with the guy that. Kind of an interesting story. It was the guy. If you're from Edmonton, anyway, it was the guy who formed the spin-off of Metallica.
Oh no!
You remember this?
No.
Anyway. That was our bass player, so we had some notoriety there because the guy was a little bit crazy. Anyway, so now I just love making music and found a great group of guys.
Is this your first band?
No,
Like,
I was in a band.
as a guitar player?
No, like, so I was in, this is probably my third band, but probably the most successful band.
Okay.
Yeah, successful in that.
See, I always wish I was forced to play piano, because now I'm aging up there, and I'm like, that one thing I always wish I learned how to play was piano.
Wow, and I should say thanks to my mom, because like she was the one who forced me to go, and that gave me the theory to end up picking up a guitar.
Although I don't think you had the right teachers.
No.
Doesn't sound like they
No,
let you
He
have
couldn't
fun,
see.
right?
No, he couldn't see the vision.
Very narrow-minded,
I still don't
strict,
play. Yeah, still
play
don't
by the
play a lot of
rules.
cover tunes. I don't play other people's music. I have too many ideas of my own.
That's probably what threw you to punk, though, the rebel.
Yep, true. Yeah, true.
It all came down to that guy, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my deal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's an unusual but awesome story.
Yeah.
Right.
I was maybe 13. My dad had a guitar in the closet. I used to kind of pick away at it.
Sold it. No.
I tried
that's
it.
me.
And
I
some
tried
Playboy
it.
magazines. There were two things in the
Yeah, and then I got away from music for a while.
Yeah.
Found my way back. But I just kind of picked the guitar, and it was kind of okay. And then a friend of mine had a bass laying around. I picked it up, and it just felt so organic and natural that by the time I was 14 years old, I was just deep in it. And I just, and here it is 18 years later. No, 28 years later.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Time flies, right? So
There's no age in punk.
Yeah, we were not
but
going to
it's
ask
just
the
kinda-
age question.
I just
That's
kind of
question
married
for you.
myself to it, and
Do you
know-
still play guitar from time to
I
time?
do, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. And so in 1991, I started my first punk band with a couple friends, and I still actually on the side record with those guys, but
Okay.
gravitated in the progressive range for a while, for quite a few years there, and then migrated back to punk with Darren and Morrissey, and it just feels like putting
Yeah.
on old gloves, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you don't see too many three-piece bands anymore. They're a little
No,
more
yeah.
rare, right?
True.
but I've never felt more at home, as far as bass is concerned. I feel like, it's really the most purest extension of myself, I think
Yeah.
I could probably connect with.
Well, there's always one instrument that
for
you just
sure.
gravitate to
Yeah,
the
it's your
most,
voice, right?
But I started
Yeah.
as a guitar player, but then I played drums, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you find out really
Yeah.
moves you, right?
Yeah, so the guitar just went...
Yeah.
But, awesome.
Cool.
You guys all come from different backgrounds, different stories. So, I gotta ask, the band name, how did it come about?
Darren?
It's a strangely odd name, so
Why are you guys
I gotta
pointing
hear
at-
the story.
Well, he just fielded this question about 10 minutes ago, so we're just going to lean on him for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was, we actually had trouble coming up with a name, and
Every band does.
we finally settled on this because, it started off as the Rubber Bullets, or, the parody on the word rubber bullet meant that, like, the rubber bullies is just different from bullets. And although bullies is a kind of tough word in the current state of being PC, we think it just kind of tells the story is that we don't want to not say it, and at the same point is rubber means it's not anything powerful, and it kind of takes away from the ability to injure. So, and then, it's a bit about what we stand for, and what we write about is we're kind of anti-bully. So if you listen to some of our music, it's kind of politically oriented, and so we think it's a good name now. But the funny story behind that one is Chad and I liked the name, and Morrissey didn't. So we needed
We booked a gig under that name.
under the name, and then we kind of bullied him into keeping the name. I think that's kind of
And we also chose to not spell it the traditional way.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a little
I
bit
didn't
of
even
punk.
notice. Yeah.
A little bit of punk, but we can
French.
always find
Yeah.
the linguist in the room,
Yeah,
because
like,
they're like,
every now and again we'll get
Wrong.
someone on a comment that says, you spelled your name wrong, and it's like, yeah, obviously.
We purposely did that,
We,
yeah.
we
Shit,
didn't.
did that really happen?
no,
well.
we purposely spelt it wrong in order to remove a lot of the stigma. It's okay. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's another unique way. How long did it take to come up with that name? Like, how long did the process?
Oh man, we started September 16. We started playing
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
and our first gig was April 1st,
year, or
17.
seven,
So I would say probably
6 months.
7-8 months
Yeah.
almost.
Wow.
We couldn't come
We
up
just
with
kind of
it.
played under
Ours
the
was
guys.
about
that,
3 months.
Yeah.
That's,
Wow.
I think we were going to be called The. And
we knew we were going to start there for sure.
We could agree on The.
I don't know if you guys know no use for a name. They
Oh, yeah.
kind of just
Exactly.
had to
Best
just play a
name ever.
show,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
they used it and stuck with it.
Yeah.
Right? So awesome.
This is my oldest son, Eli, and he's actually the boy on the cover of our
Eli.
EP that we just
How
released.
come I don't get a fist pump or a
Yeah.
hug or anything?
That's our album cover there, so that's
Oh,
my oldest
cool.
son, right?
Ah,
So
that's cool. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't put him on my album cover.
It's still next album.
the next one.
Next album.
The
yeah,
next one, yeah.
Not interested.
That's the so not interested face I'm getting right now, yeah. Okay, so as individuals growing up, what music did you look up to? Like, who did you look up to as a drummer? You know, like who's your...
Personally, my favorite all-time drummer is David Brucey's from Pearl Jam.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. In my opinion, he's the best drummer out of the half a dozen they've had.
I was a huge Pearl Jam fan at one point.
Yeah.
So
Like,
yeah,
I still am,
so he would be my favorite drummer, and you know, there's others too, but
Of course,
but,
yeah. But
he would be
okay.
the one.
All right, so if you had to pick someone,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
especially coming in so late in the
Yeah,
game
no,
at
it's
25.
true. Because I was the 80s headbanger that totally loved the 90s grunge scene.
Yeah.
And then in today's language, like, I'd say my top guitar player still today is Ian DeSaw from Billy Talent. That style is very similar to what I play.
Yeah.
And it wasn't done intentionally. It wasn't until after I saw what they did that I gravitated to that sound.
Such a unique.
Because I didn't have training, so it's kind of interesting that we have that much overlap. But I'd say him, and then, you know, Dallas Green. But then I'd also throw Kurt Cobain in that mix because singer-songwriter, I think he was underappreciated because he didn't guitar solo. And we came out of the 80s as an 80s headbanger.
I wouldn't say that he didn't guitar solo. There were definitely guitar solos in there, but the solo was
Not
an
in the
extension
traditional-
of
Right.
of the song.
But as a guy who grew up with the 80s Iron Maiden, Dave Murray, J.K.
Yeah.
Lee, I
Not
grew
in
up
the
with that,
Shredder
not in the
sense.
Not in
Shredder.
the
So,
Shredder
so I have jumped, actually. I've gone from 80s to 90s, even to current Billy Talent, Lexus on Fire. So
Well, we went and seen Billy Talent not long ago.
I like it all. I know it's cliche, but I do I still go back to their Maiden.
Well, it takes all flavors.
Takes
right?
all the flavors, so.
Cool. So bassist.
Yeah, I kind of, as a kid, I think I may have been just young, and I found a copy of Master of Puppets, and just totally fell in love with Cliff.
Just
Not
played the
really
whole
understanding what I was hearing. I just knew that I
Yeah.
liked what I was hearing.
Yeah.
And then when Tool put out Enema with Justin Chancellor,
Oh yeah.
that changed my life. Like,
Yeah.
that legit changed
Yeah.
my life.
That's
It
yeah.
changed how I approached bass. It changed how I wrote music. It changed how I listened to music. I would say that Justin Chancellor just changed everything about the way I approach the instrument and even music in its own right. But then on the same flip side, guys like Randy Bradbury and Scott Shiflett from Pennywise and Face to Face,
Yeah.
on the punk side of things, I really like their melodies. I like Randy's transitions. He does a lot of nice fills.
What
knows
about
where to
Fat
place
Mike?
them. Fat Mike's good,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about the way that Randy and Scott structure their bass.
Okay.
I find Scott in particular, with the way he arranges his fills, does a lot of nice harmonizing, accenting. He just knows how to play under the guitars and keep it interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'd say those guys have definitely had their
Shaped
hand in
the way-
shaping my sound for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool. Such a different viewpoint than the rest of the bands I've done. It's wicked. A lot of punk roots,
Mhm.
except the Pearl Jam. But their earlier stuff kind of had a punk rocky vibe to it too.
and some of their later stuff
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
Morrissey had to sit in front of the stereo and don't move, because if you do, I'm going to get in shit and you're going to listen to Dayglow Abortions. That was his introduction to punk rock.
That was my sister. Yeah, she would babysit
You were
me.
forced on punk rock.
Pretty much.
To a certain degree. Yeah.
Then you realized this is awesome.
This is awesome.
I'm trying to think, who was the band that got me into the punk rock? It was either Pennywise or it could have actually been Offspring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah, probably. The
94.
first, no, it was
Well,
Yeah,
Ignition.
Ignition.
definitely.
Ignition.
Nice, Dirty
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
For
good
me,
stuff.
it was our bass player in the Duke Boars. He the guy, it was Circle Jerks, man, Ramones and Circle Jerks. And then there was one song that they played. I think it was like a minute 20. He's like, we got to play it minute 20 or a minute 15. And every jam he'd time us. It's like, we're still at minute 25. You gotta go faster. And I've never played faster in my life because of that guy. But
Awesome.
that was my taste. Yeah, Circle Jerks.
So,
Fast.
next question here. If, of course, you're stuck on a desert island, you had one album to pick, which one would you bring with you?
That's easy.
I know, pressure.
Oh man.
Let's start at this side.
Yeah.
Tool Enema.
Oh.
Hands down. Done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I guess it's got so much
Yeah.
My favorite
variety
album ever.
just
Yeah.
alone in one album.
Just the way the songs are arranged, like, you can't find a more
But
textured,
now,
perfect
every
album.
once in a while, I love Tool, but you're taking a drive, it's not a far drive.
Yeah.
Do you skip the intros, or do you just...
Yeah.
Dude, No, I don't skip it.
No?
No.
Okay.
I listen to it
So
all.
what if you get to your destination? Are you leaving it on and staying in the car, or are you jumping out and
Not at
saving
this
it
point in
for-
time. I've heard the album
I guess. Okay.
millions of times.
Because I love
can-
Tool,
I
but
can get out of
sometimes
the
I get a
car-
little restless. I'm
Yeah.
like, is the song going to start soon, man?
I can, get out of, I can get out of the car and finish the album in my head if I need to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
impressive.
It's true. Because they're all like masterpieces
They
where
are,
they have
yeah.
such a
Fucking
build
yeah.
up, and sometimes I just want to hear a 3-minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, any early album from Alexis on Fire,
Really?
easily. Oh yeah,
Okay.
the tonal melodies that are sitting in there are just blows my mind.
Their
Yeah.
layers are fantastic.
The layers are they were like the modern version of Iron Maiden in so many ways. Like,
So if you had to pick only one album they did,
unfortunately, it's whatever album that has the cartoon picture of the like green alien, and I can't remember the name of the album, but Crisis is on there.
Okay.
Anyway, it's I actually listened to that album in my car like you would in the '80s, where you only have a cassette tape.
Yeah.
over and over.
I listen because I travel for a living. I think I listened to that thing for 6 hours straight one day, back to back. Just
Dissected it.
dissected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to say again, like Pearl Jam 10,
Pearl Jam.
or even maybe
10.
Nirvana, Nevermind.
Yeah,
Just because,
Nevermind.
like, my first introduction, like, real introduction to music was from my sister. She's 5 years older. I guess the first introduction would be her sitting me in front of the stereo, like, playing Diggle Abortions, right? But like, the one that, like, really got to me was Pearl Jam 10 and Nirvana, Nevermind. That's when I really started, like, listening to rock music and the whole 90s grunge scene, like...
Pearl Jam 10 was just a freaking masterpiece,
That's
man. Like,
Yeah.
sonically,
That's the link. That's the link.
just
Yeah.
the songs. Even the
Nice.
videos were cool, you know what I mean? That they
Yeah.
put out. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
still watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch too many videos now. But
That's kind
Are
of
there
Well,
even
actually,
any more
they were
videos now
kind of
than the good ones?
anti-videos. Like, they only
Which is
did,
weird,
They only
yeah.
did,
kind
like,
of true.
three
Later,
or four,
Jeremy,
3, 4...
no videos.
Do the
to
Evolution.
videos.
They did an even
Do the
flow.
Evolution,
It's like
Alive,
a lot of reality TV.
Live,
Much
Yeah.
more music, I think.
Jeremy.
What the hell?
Yeah, like,
Jeremy was a good one.
there was only 3 or 4, really, that they ever
Jeremy
put
was a
out.
real statement back in the
Jeremy's
day.
Yeah.
a big deal, man.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a
Good
good
song.
because controversial.
Mhm, Big time.
Okay, well, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. This is the speed round, so I'm going to ask you a this or this question.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
Now it's going to be individual, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start here.
All right.
All right, Big Mac or Whopper?
Oh, Whopper.
Yeah!
Whopper.
Big Mac or Whopper?
Big Mac all the way.
Ah.
It's a Whopper, bro.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah,
Whopper
man.
too.
No way.
See, this is
Big
crazy
Mac.
because you guys are a 3-piece band, so someone's always going to come out on
We
top.
get this. We just said it. We're the Pearl Jams and the Nirvanas, but yet we're the prog rock.
Yeah.
And then these guys get together and twist each other's nipples and or something. I don't know what happens there, but anyway, no, we do this. We do this where we pair.
We do, yeah.
So I guess Whopper. I guess I'm the odd man out on this one.
We
So-
can't miss it.
So next one, Simpsons or Family Guy?
Uh,
I mean, the classic.
Simpsons.
Or-
Family Guy.
Oh.
I'm down with Family Guy.
Oh!
Freaking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Some controversy
But-
here.
I'd say Simpsons, but if we were to add another element, I would say Futurama overall.
Of
Oh,
course.
that wasn't
Yeah,
an option,
but
though.
I had to keep it.
I
you
know,
know,
Change the
between-
freaking script.
because me, I tell you the truth, I'm a South Park guy. South
South
Park is
Park.
my number one.
Yeah, okay.
And then I gotta go with the Simpsons, just out of they've been on the air. For
Yeah,
so
that's
freaking
true.
long.
Yeah.
I know they're kind of
The comedy on the Family Guy. Oh my god.
all right. Facebook or Twitter?
Oh,
Facebook.
Facebook.
Neither, but if I had to pick one, it would be Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. See, honestly, I
That
don't
was
even.
sad.
I don't even know how to tweet. Really,
I don't know
get
how to
on
tweet
Twitter. I'm like,
either.
I'm gonna be active.
Yeah.
I
today.
just don't know how to tweet. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know what to do. Like,
Yeah, it is a
retweet,
very
you know,
confusing
yeah.
platform, yeah.
Who wants to be on Facebook? Yes or no? No.
Hell
no.
no.
See, I don't mind it because
I don't mind it either.
I'm away from home, so it's nice to know
True.
what happens back.
That's true.
Back there,
Yeah.
right? All right. So this one's a bit weird, but you're going for a number 2. You pull out the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Are you a scruncher or a folder?
Ooh.
Come on! You use so much more if you scrunch it.
Oh my god.
This is gonna break down walls.
I think I'd be more of a
You should-
a folding scruncher.
You should know.
He does one fold and then just...
he alternates. He
Yeah.
scrunches once
It's-
and then folds the next.
I don't get the scrunch.
You don't
Really?
get the
It's
scrunch?
like trying to wipe your ass with a snowball. It just doesn't make
I'm a scruncher. Now I've told you everything about myself. You have way more surface area.
With a scrunch?
Yes.
No, man.
It's like a cloud. A cloud has a lot more surface area than a flat piece of paper.
I say a fold. For sure, fold.
No.
You're a fold. You're a scrunch.
Yeah.
You're a
Initial fold.
Initial.
It more transitions into a scrunch.
That sounds like a song.
If he hits a dry spot and
Yeah.
scrunches
The
up.
initial.
Holy
Okay,
cow.
here's where I'm sitting at. I used to be a scruncher for years, and then one time
You tried to fold.
there
your
was a I would say an anomaly in my scrunching technique, and I would say maybe there was only one layer in one spot. Happened to be where my finger was, right?
It's called
so,
the shit.
So I ended up doing the shit finger,
Shit finger.
and that's when I
Proper.
changed to fold. Because now
Yeah.
I know how many layers
I know.
between.
And so much
My
more
finger.
soothing.
Poop finger. PF.
Mind
PF
you,
chain.
I did find scrunching more effective.
It's more surface area on this
It cleaned
scrunch.
better.
I
I
disagree.
find with the fold, I'm using
No,
one
'cause it-
extra.
But here's the
It
thing with
forms-
the fold.
it forms-
When you fold, you get the same
No.
dimension every time. When you scrunch, it's hit or miss.
Well, it
man.
depends. You can set that dimension on where
No,
you
but
put the fold.
sometimes you need
That's
the
true.
coverage and you don't know that you do. So the
But if you're a scruncher, just wait till that one day.
yeah, that one day where your fingers.
And then you're going to be like,
I'm a folder.
maybe I'll
You
try
see,
that fold.
This forces you to wash your hands. The scrunchers always have clean hands
How?
because of his
Scrunching.
You
exact.
should always be
because of shit
washing your
finger.
hands after
I agree. You should be.
You should be, yes. Yes.
Now this one, I mean, these days, I probably know your answer, but texting or calling?
No,
I'd say nowadays people tend to text more.
no. You.
It depends who
What
it
would
is.
you
People.
prefer?
What do
It
you
depends
do?
who it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it
true.
does depend who it is, but like,
Bandmates.
Bandmates.
okay, bandmates, we tend to text more when we should actually physically talk.
It usually ends up in a conversation.
Let's put it this way. This is not a speed round because we text our way into trouble and then someone finally gives up and it's like, pick up the phone and fucking solve
Well,
this.
I've noticed context is not portrayed well.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no.
So we
Because you'll say
text.
something in a meaningful way, and someone will take offense to it, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, I
Yes.
did word that kind
So
of wrong.
Yeah.
we resort to phone, but we start as text. Is that a good union?
I think that's
answer?
pretty fair.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a band chat going?
We do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Facebook?
Until Morrissey.
Oh,
no,
Twitter.
No,
Text.
just text message.
Oh, it's a text
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
like
a
a group text.
group
Yeah.
text.
So we use the group messenger
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I got for today. I
Cool.
mean,
All right.
what song are you guys going to be jamming out for us?
Rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
Sounds great. All right. We're going to go to a little break and set some stuff up, and then we're going to listen to
warm
some
up.
noise.
Cool.
Woo!
Awesome.
All right.
When the morning left kills and the pills that make fine, would you believe the lies? What have you become? Whoa! Till we rise, walk the nations, you and I. We're here from both in no place, no, no. Everybody talking about a hits of generation. These diseases believes in tragedy. I stick around to learn this formulation. Whoa! Terrorize one nations. You and I, you're in this place like Mama Noodle. Everybody talking about a tweet in Caroline. Peace out, you're still on the occupation. These 5 days are just too fucking long for me, girl. And all we got is love in the air. Since it's Christmas, baby, it's so. Terrorize of the nations, you and I.
There we have it, episode number 5 done. Minor technical difficulties, but we got through it. Alright, peace out. I don't know if we're in the shot. Let's just do that.